What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. It is freezing. It is definitely freezing. Today's the first day I've had to de-ice the van. That's how cold it is. And I need a brew. So I need to get that going as well. God, it's freezing. So this is basically a weekly update. We've got a bit for the bike. The rest of it is basically for the shop. I've been dipping into the Patreon fund. I'll tell you why and I'll show you what I've got. But basically everything that YouTube raises, either by people viewing or from the patrons, it all just goes back in here. As you can see, it's getting a little bit cramped. I've got an awful lot of crap in it. I just need to get rid of it. I need a massive clear out. I need to clear some space because we've got some stuff to put away. But anyway, let me show you what I've got down here. Right then, bike bits. That's it. And it's not the same shape that I thought it was going to be. In the picture, that bit wasn't as long, and this is Ripley as hell. That really is junk. Well, it's not junk, but it's not how I wanted it to be. So the idea is that this was going to go on the end and give it a bit of a restriction, and it's the wrong bloody size as well, look. It just slips over top. So I'm not using it. I could chop it down a little bit. I could chop it down so it, you know, it just fits on the end and then it comes up. But this is all, it's like Ripley. I don't know if you can, where are you? You can see all the lines on it. Well, you run your finger over there, it's rough as hell. It's like this. So, yeah, I'm not using that. That was a stupid idea. The end of the can is going to look like that, basically. And then I've also got this. So this is a 2-ton hydraulic jack. When Simon Rolls was down, well no, actually back up a little bit. I made a fork spring compressor for John Allen. I was going to make one for myself as well, and then Simon Rolls rocked up and he had like a proper swanky one. So I'm going to make myself a proper swanky one basically. So this is a little 2-ton jack. I'm hoping that just completely screws out. Please screw out. Come on. Oh, come on. God, it's long, isn't it? And he stops. Awesome. Well, ideally, I wanted that to come out. So we'll be making something to go on the top of that. But anyway, this is just a hydraulic jack for it. I've already got some box section, which is over there in the corner by the mill. You would also see it on the fabrication table because it's exactly the same stuff. So I've got a big old length of that, and I think I've even got a bit of plate down here. Have I? I've got something down there I could use as a base anyway. So the idea is I'm going to make a fork spring compressor which will also do rear shock, because that way I can change, you know, springs or have a spring out to get it powder coated or, you know, whatever else it is. But I've been telling myself to build one, well, just for years, and I just never got around to it. I did John's, and now I want one. It's just I'm going to have a slightly different one that can do a little bit more. And then we come to this one. I didn't get this. I didn't order this at all. This is from John Allen. So this is officially my first Christmas card. Look. I'll let you read it. It is funny. To Quickie and family, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Monkey Allen and family. Awesome. That's the first one. So he's going up there. Oh, let's just have that one. So he's going up there. And he also sent me a little care package. I do get through my coffee, as you will see from the state of my mug. So he sent me a whole load of instant coffees, and he sent me some Jaffa cakes as well. So I've got something to munch on whilst I'm in here. So that's dead cool. Thank you ever so much, John. I do appreciate that. I'll get through so many of these. I'll probably get through more of these than I do sanding pads, actually. That's brilliant. Thank you ever so much, mate. And Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. That's cool. I'm loving that. Right. Let's, do I make a bit of space first? Or do I just get the big box in? I should probably make some space first. Right, let's have a bit of a tidy. Right then, that's that done. I do have an air leak. Can you hear that? Yeah. That's leaking, the O-ring's gone in it. So, come on, just come on. There we go. Stop hissing. So it's quite the upgrade. There's just not enough air in here, but there is now. So the SGS, hashtag not sponsored, compressor that I've been using, it's 100 litre tank, 14 CFM, and it's all right for most stuff. It has to be said. However, if you're running a shock blaster, and that is also going to be turned into a vapor blaster at some point, because I've got all the stuff up there to do it, I just haven't done it yet. What you find is that the compressor is just running all the time. So it's not very kind, but it also means that the pressure is dropping, so you're not getting the same airflow into the shock blaster. And you know, you might have it set at like 80, 90 PSI, but you're probably running at sort of like 60, 70. So it takes ages to clean anything. The other thing is we've removed this as a bit of a restriction. So I have no idea what size this is, the inside diameter. However, the whole of that lot will go inside this blue hose that I've got. There's a local supplier just down the way, so I've nipped in, I've got a load of fittings and also a bit of airline. So he's all on, because this is obviously a restriction. It's all right for like the hobby jobbies, you know, the little compressors you're using at home once in a blue moon, just to run like a DA or a belt sander or something like that. But again, because the diameter of this, the inside bore of it is so small, you can't get the air through it. And that's what you really need with a shock blaster. And I've got a lot of shock blasting coming up. So, you know, this is essentially, it's doubling up on the air capacity that I've got. I've got 2 pumps driving it, trying to keep it where it needs to be. And I've got a bigger feed to any of the tools that I'm using as well. I'll just put that on it and give it a squirt when that tank was full. And you think, oh, okay, you know, it's all right. It's not too bad. I mean, God knows how big the end of that is. It's not very big at all. But now just doing this upgrade, there is an awful lot more air coming out at a higher pressure. You know, it's noticeably different. So I'm happy with that. I'm also having a sort out of my scrap. Loads of it is in the basket out front now, so the scrappy can just come and take it away. But I need to get a little bit more organised. So, Mr. Man in his van again. Yeah, I need to get a little bit more organised because I've just got stuff everywhere here. So over the next few days, I'm just going to start whittling stuff out, getting rid of crap and junk and stuff that I don't need anymore. We'll just try and make a bit of space because it's getting crowded in here and I can't afford a bigger workshop. So yeah, this is all thanks to the Patreon fund. There's a number of people, their names appear every video that we do, but they chip in and they support the channel, and everything I get goes into the workshop or tooling or, you know, stuff to help me make better stuff more efficiently, more accurately, whatever. So I've dipped in to get that. I was going to get like a belt drive one. They're expensive. Oh my God, they're expensive. But Black Friday deals and stuff, I picked him up for a song. Should have been 300 quid, something like that. I got it for 120. And no, they're not selling them at that price anymore. But you know, it's like 120 quid, well spent. Hopefully the shock blaster isn't going to be a shit blaster anymore, and it's got a bit of guts behind it. But this is definitely an upgrade for the shop, and long overdue, long overdue. So yeah, as far as the bike goes, there's no real updates on that. I haven't had a chance to weld up the exhaust yet. Thank you for all the comments on that one. I'm loving it. As long as it's, you know, it performs right on a dyno, then I'm happy with that, and I'm not shoving that end on it because it just looks stupid. So that's kind of the look that we're going with. So over the weekend, he's all going to get welded up. We'll stick the brackets on, get it all set where it needs to be, and at least I've got a working exhaust. I've no idea how loud it's going to be or how it's going to perform, or if I need to put a restriction in it somewhere or anything. I'm probably going to make a dB killer for the end of it at some point before it goes to the dyno, just so I can reduce the opening on the end of the can. I want to see what it does for the power that's produced, because it is quite a big bit of pipe. You know, it's link pipe all the way through, and the opening is definitely bigger than that little wish can up there. So, and the GP can, he's got like a, where is he? This one, he's got like a dB killer in the end of that. And literally all it, you know, it just creates a restriction. You need a certain amount of back pressure, and I've got no idea how much I'm going to need. So we'll have a look at the wish cam, we'll have a look at this one, try and decide on a size, and I'll just make one that slips in the end and, you know, is a hidden screw or something that keeps it where it needs to be. And we'll just go with that, I think, as an option. At least that way I know, you know, does it need it, does it not? And, you know, if it does, then I can do something a little bit more permanent. So that's what's coming with the bike. So get this weekend out the way and all that sort of welded and dressed up and everything else. Next step is going to be carbs. I've got the carb kit up there, and I've got the pod filters and all that sort of stuff. So we'll be having the carbs off, drilling holes in them, and, you know, whatever else is needed to be done. We'll get the Dynajet kit in. I will cover it in a fair amount of detail just because there's quite a lot of people asking questions. But then we can start throwing, you know, coils and wiring and, you know, all that other sort of gubbins and like controls and everything else on, trying to get it ready for the dyno. So we're cracking on. Anyway, it is just gone 12:30. I need to tip off to my work. So that's where I'm going to leave it for this one. But thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you're well and staying safe. We'll see you on the next one. Laters.